I was protecting the president, I suddenly discovered that the holster of the security guard behind me was open, which made me instantly sense something was wrong. But after seeing that he didn't seem like a bad person, I temporarily relaxed my guard. However, as I continued to observe the situation around the president, I still noticed something unusual about the venue. I found many onlookers waving flags in their hands. As a professional sniper, I knew in my heart that what the onlookers were holding was not just flags, but also a method for snipers to test wind direction. So I decisively reminded the colonel beside me to be vigilant about the high points within a 2-kilometer radius. Soon all security personnel arrived at their designated positions. However, at this moment, I suddenly discovered that the wind force at the venue had almost come to a standstill, which instantly made me smell danger again.
Wind matches is set up. Take them now. Send in the ERT team. Take out the steam.
Only then did I understand that this mission to protect the president was actually a conspiracy targeting me. Fortunately, I chose to escape through the window in time. Now it was very clear that I had to leave this place of trouble as soon as possible, because I had now become the target of a citywide manhunt. Sea, land, and air armed forces had all locked their targets on me. However, before I had run far, I collided head-on with a police officer. To prevent spending the rest of my life in prison, I quickly controlled the officer, desperately explaining that I had been framed, then quickly grabbed his gun and drove away in the officer's car. But at this time, the streets were full of police officers hunting me down, and I had unfortunately been shot just now, so where could I escape to? To avoid the police's sight, I decisively drove the car into a car wash, took advantage of the car wash and climbed into the back seat, simply bandaged the wound on my body, and then quickly left the car wash. But the police already knew about my car and quickly locked onto my position, cornering me under a bridge. Seeing more and more police cars, I decisively put the car in reverse and drove it into the river. By the time the police arrived at the river, I had already vanished without a trace. At this time, I had already escaped the police's capture temporarily under the cover of a large ship. But I didn't dare to relax my vigilance at all, so I stole another car and drove away from the bridge area, because I knew that the police had now focused all their attention on the river. Sure enough, I soon successfully escaped the city and rushed to my ex-girlfriend's house as soon as possible, because my ex-girlfriend was a doctor. But when my ex-girlfriend saw me, she was very scared because she had also seen the news of my being wanted. But fortunately, our previous relationship was quite deep, so she finally opened the door for me and then helped me treat the gunshot wound on my body. After some conversation, I finally learned that the person who fell was not the president, but the archbishop standing next to the president. Realizing that this was a frame-up targeting me, I decided that I must investigate who was behind it. But to find out who was behind it, I had to start with that police officer, Memphis. At this time, on the other side, Memphis at the police station was suffering because his gun had been taken by me, making him the disgrace of the entire police station. Thinking that I had been saying I was framed, Memphis also seemed to feel that things were not as simple as imagined, so he decided to investigate this matter secretly. Sure enough, he soon found a clue. That is, when the killer assassinated the president, the dead archbishop was far from the president. Based on my past shooting experience, he believed that my bullet could not have missed by so much. So he launched an investigation at the high points around the venue. Sure enough, he found many small holes drilled on the floor of a building not far away. Through judgment, he found that these small holes were used to fix something. To verify his inner guess, Memphis hurriedly used a ruler to measure the distance between the small holes. After conducting some investigation online, he discovered something jaw-dropping. That is, the assassination of the president was actually done by a remote control device. Only then did he know that I had indeed been wronged. Little did he know that while he was conducting the investigation, the old black man beside the senator suddenly received a message telling his subordinates to capture Memphis, wanting to create an accident and make Memphis die by suicide. At the critical moment, the thugs were suddenly ambushed. And the person who fired the shot was me. I had been secretly following Memphis these past few days. However, it was precisely because I saved Memphis that the two of us reached a consensus and decided to investigate together who was behind this. Then we came to an estate where an excellent weapons manufacturer lived, who had dealt with many top killers in the world. After I arrived here, I went straight to the point and directly asked who else could snipe enemies from 2 kilometers away. The old man said that there were only 4 people in the world, but 2 were already dead. And apart from me, there was one more whose whereabouts were unknown. Hearing this, I instantly had a candidate in mind, that is, the disabled person beside the old black man. Little did I know that at this time, the old black man had already sent people to my girlfriend's home and tied up my girlfriend. After learning the news of my girlfriend's kidnapping, the 2 of us quickly went to the supermarket, purchased some tools needed for the attack, and quietly rushed to the estate where the killer was located.